Hi everyone, my name is Sammy. If you haven't seen my channel before, I talk about human design on here. I'm going to do Myth 2 on my new playlist. And as you can see from the title, it is going to be about how much is not said on the chart in human design. But more so, I want to talk freely and openly about the importance and significance to me as someone on YouTube, to whether you want to call it a disclaimer or call it the need to ensure people who watch any of my videos that I do readings, but I really try not, I'm not here to sell you on anything, and I also don't know you. That's why I try and use my perspective and my stories, because I know that sometimes when I started, I wish that I could have found something like that. Sometimes I think a lot of people can relate to people who have maybe struggled with some of the same issues, and bringing those up to light, because it's important and almost imperative for people who are interested in human design to understand that you can't just get a reading and this person's just going to know everything about you. And I understand we always talked about, like, it's not a quick fix, but what's important is knowing that I am not any way better than someone who doesn't care to do human design. I feel like more and more I'm seeing so much of spirituality in this new age go to like a place that is like all about just like a quick fix, or just these like ways to sell people on stuff, or make them believe that without hard work and dedication of truly loving who you are, that you're just magically going to get everything that you're looking for. What I love about human design is that oftentimes what we think we want is actually not what's going to make us happy. So it actually completely is different than those other ways like manifestation and stuff, because yes, there are manifestors, and I know that we use the word manifesting in human design, but the difference is that, like, Callie, come here, I know. Every time she's got to make an appearance. But the difference is that, like, you have to live through your chart first, and you have to experience that for yourself. And I think that me waiting a while before I ever even did a reading, or ever even, definitely before I started this channel, was because who was I to speak up and say stuff before I lived my truth first? If I'm not standing in my own stuff, and I still am, I'm still working through stuff. I am still struggling and will be still growing, ever changing throughout my life. And I don't see a lot of talk about the importance of letting people know that you are more than just your chart. Your chart is so unique to you, but you are still more than that. I cannot know all of you until I see you or I talk to you, because you have lived experiences in this life depending on where you've come from or what your culture is, your background. And society has traumatized a lot of us, and that is not something and it might be something that, like, if you told me, I could pull and grab some information from your chart and understand maybe what the lesson is there. But we have to remember that spirituality, no matter what shape or form it takes for you in your life, doesn't disregard how beautiful it is to just be individual human beings, and to treat each other with kindness, treat each other with respect, treat each other with love, and to share more love. I'm not a perfect person. I question things all the time, and this is something that I feel like has been blocking me the past couple of days as I've been trying to make the series on authorities, because I just felt this feeling in my head of, like, how am I supposed to speak about all these authorities when I only truly can live one authority? Yes, of course I can explain it to someone, especially in a chart reading, why that is the way it is in their chart. especially with understanding where they come from and who they are and what they're struggling with. But as much as I often universalize things and think that way, I have to internally ground myself at the end of the day and think of practical solutions that can truly help people. And honestly, I feel that this YouTube is one of them, because I want to be authentic, continue to be authentic, and continue to remind you all that human design, just like anything, I would say, like, just like astrology, that's the human design and astrology are probably the two that I think are the best in the spirituality right now, like in this new age of spirituality. But also, like, there's a lot more to it, and they're so in depth, and the accuracy makes, I think, a lot of people feel more comfortable. But I know that a lot of times it can make people feel uncomfortable as well, and I don't blame you. Any feeling that you feel about human design is your right to feel. If you feel like it's not for you, then don't worry about it. Do what is best for you, because you're on a life path that might not need to know that. There are so many people that are just living authentically who they are. I mean, truthfully, like, the reason I found human design and meditation was because of pain, because of all the pain I've gone through in my life. And it really helped me, and it helps me every day. But it's also all the fact checking and all the different perspectives in that one line of me that really ensures that what I'm saying is coming from a perspective of, hey, you might not fully agree, but understand that anything I'm saying is not to get you to believe it, but it's just to get the education out to you all. And I understand that no one said anything, and I'm not doing this video because I'm afraid people think this. I'm doing this video because I want it to be a reminder, so that way it is here and it is spoken on this channel early on rather than later. I see so many people, especially on TikTok, with the new age, and the thing is like, I am not in any way, shape, or form judging this person or saying anything negative about what they're doing for their lives. It's just that I also understand what it feels like to want to believe in something, because I'm going through a lot of pain and possibly relying on someone that I thought would be able to help, and it not. So if you are struggling, if you need resources, if there is something deeper going on and you want help, of course, a human design reading will not hurt that. But I cannot sit here and say that I will be able to help you through it. A lot of that might need to be with a therapist. Do I think human design and therapy together is amazing? Yes. Like, go you if you're doing that. But you have to be open up to the idea of hearing the truths in human design. And I find that often people who are not are the ones that seem to be, oh, that's crazy, or they just aren't interested in it. And that's totally fine, because I'm not living their perspective. I don't know what they've been through in their life. I have no idea what lived experiences, genetics, all those other factors of conditioning have affected them. And they are no worse or better than me because of the fact that they don't want to do it. Just how I personally don't understand manifestation. Maybe it's because I am a projector as well, but I mean, I like getting lost in that idea of the mystic realm just as much as the next person, right? But I also know my truth in my body and living in the body, and the importance of having the experience of being an individual, a unique person on this plane of existence. That's the only existence that I know to be true right now. Faith is a beautiful thing. Faith is so important. Faith in yourself, faith in something bigger, faith in God, if that's what you believe, faith in the universe, that's what I like to say. It can be anything. But I just don't ever want human design, and I pray all the time that, like, it will always stay authentic, and that we will not disrupt its beauty in the form that we have been spreading in, and that there is no wrong or right way to learn human design either. I personally am open to any way that someone learns human design. If that is working for you, then that is beautiful for you. We get so caught up in these small, minute details, like which school you went to for human design, which, have you tried this, or how, like what level, or blah, when we forget the entire point, which is just to live for you and to love each other and to connect better, because you're able to understand that your energy operates different around other people's. But it's all really rooted in figuring out who you are. And that takes work, dedication. And I don't mean work and dedication like you have to do these visualizations and all this. I mean you have to actually go through what it is that you are feeling that is painful. And that is not easy. It is not easy. I've been studying Reiki a little bit. I'm not certified yet, but it has opened up like my heart chakra even more, and I feel like I've been bawling my eyes out like every 2 hours the past few days. But it's been this most beautiful embrace of just release of things I didn't even know were there. And it's really grounded me to my body, and it's grounded me to this purpose that is so much about our humanity. When I feel like all we want to do is escape it sometimes. And I get it. I mean, I feel that way sometimes, and sometimes it's okay to do that. Meditation or whatever, that's why I have binging days for Netflix. I am a projector, like, I get it. But at some point, we have to start asking ourselves a bigger question, which is, what can I do to elevate the people on this earth right now? And I mean elevate in a way that is actionable, in a way that you are doing something to better someone else's day or yourself, so that you can be in a place to give abundance. And to me, that just means giving yourself the ability to love deeply who you are. Because when you walk outside your door and you are in that full love, you might not always like yourself. You might not always like everything about yourself. You might not love where you're at that day. It might be a bad day. But you still just choose, at least in the back of your mind, to try and do your best to keep loving, to keep standing in love. Then it doesn't make things so much more difficult. There's no rules or regulations to this stuff. Like, I was listening to something about how, so many people talk about how our thoughts are what we create in our reality. And if my thoughts created my reality, well, it would either be fantastic or I'd be living in a disastrous spiral spinning world of chaos, which I suppose you could often refer to as Earth, but let's say triangle world, of my own madness, and I mean madness in the sense that my thoughts just go like crazy all the time. That's just how I'm made. I mean, I've always been that way even since I was a kid. And so to try and stop my mind fully, to try and literally say like, oh my God, like I literally can't think of anything that's bad, or like that is like, I'm getting anxiety and OCD just thinking about it. That's like an OCD tendency where you're trapping someone into this idea that their mind is who they are, which is so not true. And you don't even have to say your soul, your body, your heart, your truth, your voice, your imagination, your ability to connect to others, your ability to feel grounded and to love walking barefoot on a beach, your strength and your relationships with others, and your sense of self, and feeling that in the body, that is your truth. Thoughts last, a couple seconds maybe? We could dwell on them for a little bit, but they fade, right? And as someone who has an emotional authority, like I'm literally supposed to feel every different thought on every different emotion and feel those things to understand whether something's right for me. So for me to say that I wouldn't have feelings that were negative about something is impossible. That's how my design works. That's how I figure out what's correct for me when I go into something. Kiwi, you're interrupting a lot this time. I think she's upset because I haven't fed her for, 3 hours. But just all I'm trying to say is that the first thing, as I stated, was a human design specialist does not know fully who you are, okay? But no, it cannot read your chart and understand every aspect of who you are. First of all, they just can't, because there's so much conditioning happening outside the chart. There's so much of what's happening in your life and the decisions that you've made that I cannot read. And if it ever gets to a point where people are saying that or are giving you that as like something that they can do, then I would just be aware of that. I am not saying that I've ever seen that before, because I haven't. And I'm not saying that if someone's doing that right now, like I am not trying to say that to be disrespectful, because I don't know. I don't know you, again, and you could have that amazing gift. I don't know. But what I'm saying is please just, well, I'm not gonna say please, but I hope that my actions and the way that I speak about things on this channel has been in complete alignment with what I've been saying. And again, I encourage the comments. I encourage you guys to always tell me your part, like what you went through, if it resonates with you, what it's like for your experience, because I'm all about perspectives and viewing things from different perspectives. I think it's beautiful, and I think human design is so uniquely our own journey as well, that no one person is going to be able to have the same journey as someone else. So there is no one channel for human design that's going to work for everyone. There is no one way of learning it that's going to work for everyone. It's not possible. We are all different. All we need to do is start just acknowledging those differences, loving the fact that we have them and that we're all not the same, because that would be boring, and accepting the differences and loving them and rooting each other on for those differences as well, and not bringing each other down. I know this was a bit more serious than most of my videos, but it's just hard to watch things about how people have just, spirituality, like it just made them scared, or it made them feel like they were scammed. I saw that a lot in like the life coaching, is like the people were only talking about money and money, and that's what it all seems to be about. And it's like, yes, of course it's important to make money. I'm not saying that it isn't, but you don't get to preach all this stuff and then post on Facebook about how you have, like a fix so that you can start making $10,000 in a month using LinkedIn. I mean, I saw it the other day. I'm just thinking to myself, like, so every single person that truly is gonna believe this is gonna now be making $10,000. Don't you think we all would have been doing that already? I remember commenting on one of those, and they said, the question was, what is making you, and I was probably being bitter in this moment, but I was like, what is making you not fulfill that $10,000 you want to be making every month? And I said, realistic expectations. I thought that was an honorable truth. And she, I don't know what she said back. I don't even, it wasn't anyone, it was just like on some random entrepreneur group. But what was funny was like, I mean, seriously, like, come on. Like, most people do not just, yeah. That's not how it works. And most people know that. But I'm sick of seeing stuff like that. Oh my god. Apparently I'm done talking because my throat chakra is telling me to be done, because I need to go drink some water. But Thank you guys for watching. Sorry if this was a sad video. That was not my intention. I wanted to make it very clear that I really am here to spread human design and the education aspect of it from my perspective, just because I feel like it's important for the knowledge to be out there, and because I love doing it. Honestly, because I just love to do it. Because it's fun for me, because it's enjoyable, because I love reading your comments, I love replying to all of them, and I love the like little part of me that's like, oh my god, like I hope we like build a little community of love and like respect, and you know, and I will always watch that and make sure that, you know, feel comfortable, because like that's something I will look out for. Like I want this to be a safe space, and I know I can say that, and a lot of it's out of my control, but a lot of that is in your guys' control who's watching this. So please just always be mindful of that and realize that we all have unique perspectives, and I know that not everything I say and all the times I speak are going to resonate with you, and that's okay. But if you want to say your different perspective of it, or how you've lived it, I would love to hear that. I love that. It's how I can grow and learn and continue to learn it as well. And not in a form of a course, because like I'm done with that. I've learned what I need to know, but I learn so much more from when I hear someone speak about what it's like to be the way that they are. It's beautiful. It's so authentic, and you can really tell the difference as well. And I think the difference is when I'm stating that I don't want anything out of this other than the fact that I just love doing it. I mean, I want, like, of course I want to like one day be monetized, just because of the fact that like that'd be awesome. Like I never thought I would get to that point. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I still don't. But if I preach to just the people that are on here right now, I say preach. If I talk to the people that are just following right now, like I'm okay with that too, because it's perfect for me in this moment right now. I'm so content with that, because I just do this because I love it. So whether you are a human design specialist, or whether you're interested in human design, or whatever it is, I hope that this video just affirmed what I wanted to stand for on this channel. Alright, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to get out of this box soon and start making some more videos for you guys. Alright, bye.